What's going on, everybody? Albesky44 here from Gamerfuzion, coming at you with a story that I didn't really get to talk about much, and now here's an update about it as well. You guys know that the game I was looking most forward to that was coming out was the Halo the Master Chief Collection. That was my game. You know, Halo's my favorite game out. It's my favorite game of all time. So when I heard about this collection, I was really excited. I reserved it right away. It's really the reason I have an Xbox One, to be honest with you. So the game came out about a month ago, if you guys remember, November 11th, and it was basically unplayable as far as the multiplayer went. I remember, so I got it the first night, I put it in. First off, it takes forever to install on the Xbox One. That killed me. But afterwards, I got it. I wanted to play multiplayer right away. I could not get in a game to save my life. Like, I tried over and over and over again for at least 2 hours, and no games. It really sucked. The single player worked well. I mean, I had no problems with the single player. Besides, the achievements wouldn't pop. Like, it would say I've unlocked them, and it's like waiting to unlock or something. So I would get 100%. It would show 100% on Xbox, but it didn't pop because it was connecting to the server or something to pop the achievement. That's been fixed now, but yeah, it was really like heartbreaking almost for me because that was like my game. Halo's my game. Master Chief Collection I was going insane for. But since then they've done a lot of updates to kind of improve it. I finally have been able to play the multiplayer a few times. Still very slow, and the single player with the achievements and everything has been working really well. Well, today though they did another huge update, which I'm really excited for. I haven't got to try it yet, but it's supposed to make improvements to just about everything in the game. So the matchmaking, the amount of time it takes to update a roster, and more improvements for joining and managing the parties as well. There's basically a list that they have here, that the improvements that came. So one of the improvements is the reliability of the matchmaking parties. Local split screen players will now always be on the same team in Halo 2 matchmaking. That was one thing that sucked. Like, we would be on the opposite team sometimes when I was playing with some of my friends. I was like, what the hell is this? Voice chat. You could use voice chat during the load screens. Finally, you could see that while other players are playing faster. Another thing they did to resolve an issue where the winning team won text was shown in the Carnage report. I never had that, but that must have been a big problem too. For a roster, they said they made fixes to reduce the amount of time it takes to update the roster. Players will now be discovered sooner after starting a game. Changes to the roster will be more immediate to better reflect friend activity. So that's pretty cool. For parties, there's been a few things as well. They made several improvements to party joining and management, resolved an issue where players that were in a party could not join another party from the roster. That happened to me. It sucked. They made changes to ensure that parties cannot exceed the maximum party size of a playlist. Made an update to ensure that party leaders can assign a new party leader or kick a player from that party. That was something that pissed me off too, that you couldn't kick people. But yeah, that's another thing. For custom games, they have the update for this too. Like, you could see all these updates that it took to get this game functional, which is crazy to me. But here's this custom games. Made a change to ensure that team selections are correctly carried over in custom games. Made an update to ensure that player settings do not revert to a previous state after completing a Halo 2 anniversary match. That happened to me. So I would have my settings for how I want my controller. I would play a game, and then it would revert back to the old settings and not my settings. So I had to change it every freaking time. It sucked. They had an update to ensure that players do not disconnect after completing a custom game. That is huge because that also happened to me. Resolved an issue in custom games where parties would disband if some players were playing split screen. And then they also made a change to ensure that Halo 3 custom games display the correct author information. For Collector, Halo Combat Evolved made various changes and improvements to the multiplayer in that. And then there were stability improvements for the main menu, the playlist, and matchmaking. Different control schemes they added. And just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff to... they made improvements to stat tracking as well. The achievements they updated too. Made an update to ensure that the Legend Slayer achievement unlocks when you beat that achievement. I cannot talk right now, guys. Sorry. And the Pacifist achievement will no longer be awarded for resuming assault on the control room. Not really sure what that is, but there's another achievement. So, yeah, lots of updates. The one thing I gotta say about this is I just hate when games release when they're not finished. Like Assassin's Creed Unity is another great example of this. And now Halo, the same thing. Funny thing is that games came out on the same day too. But yeah, it was really annoying, really heartbreaking, and just sucked. If you guys had any of these problems, let me know in the comments below. We could talk about that a little bit. Thanks for all the comments lately as well, guys. You guys have been very active. I love that. I love talking to you guys. Hit me up on Twitter, Albesky44, though. Like the video, subscribe if you can, leave a comment, and remember that Gamerfuzion empowers your gaming. Thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, it was heartbreaking. So sad. Makes me cry. Later, guys.